Wow. Praise the Lord. I believe you're happy. I believe God has kept you and been with you. My name is Reverend Bia Kama, and today we are here on this show, this thing called yes, every Tuesday. It is a very terrific Tuesday. We sit on this couch, me and my friend, me and my wife, and my partner in Christ, and my partner in
Christ.
In crime, to discuss this thing called
marriage.
Because we believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
You work it.
And we want to thank you for being part of us and always following us and watching more about this thing called marriage on all our social media handles and also on Facebook. I want to invite everyone that is watching us right now, and we want also to appreciate you for watching. For those who are watching at home, karibuni sana. You can get in touch with us on 0727 438 728
or 0705 899 608.
Karibuni sana.
You're welcome.
Yes, and the last episode we had, the last program we had, it was about love and submission.
Wonderful.
It was a wonderful program, and you can also watch it live on YouTube. Sorry, it's there on YouTube. You can get it there, and then you'll get more. That is if you missed it on episode. So go to Rev Bia Kama on this thing called marriage. Go to Rev Bia Kama YouTube page and
Juliet Bernard Akama, SOA TVKE. You'll get the last episode of Love and Submission there.
Yes, and today we are having another episode. This episode is going to be very interesting because this episode we will be talking about getting real, being real. The reality is.
Before we go far, someone sent a message and asked, "Are you a couple?" You know, I think we forget to make that known. Are we counselors? Are we a couple?
I think we do.
No.
I always say we sit on this couch with me, with my wife, my friend, and my partner in Christ, and my partner in crime. So that's what I've
someone sent a message and asked just that. Are you a couple?
Are we a couple?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. How long have you been married?
16 years this year.
Imagine.
Yeah.
16 years. Same person.
Yeah.
Same face.
Yeah.
Sharing the same bed. It has been wonderful.
Yeah, so for someone who may be wondering, are you counselors? Are you co-workers? What are you? We are a couple that are so interested in marriage stuff.
Yeah.
And so we handle this thing called marriage together as husband and wife. Partly giving you our experiences and also mentoring you through this thing called marriage, etc. But all the same, we are married.
Yes, and so getting it done, we have setting a new episode. This episode is called Let's Get Real. Let's Get Real. How do we? There's the reality of marriage. There's what people have, and there's what really happens in marriage. And you know, some people got into marriage and then wakapigwa na butwa. They were shocked.
Yeah.
It's not what they expected.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that's what we are going to handle today, and we're starting. It's an episode we'll be dealing with. So keep on following us and keep on staying glued to your TV to be able to get more and more of this episode. Don't miss any of the episode. Yes.
We'll definitely have like 4 of the episodes of Let's Get Real. Today we'll handle one. Next week we'll handle another. Those are issues that actually happen in marriage that we need to see the other side of the reality. There's what counselors tell us. There's what we expect. There's what we have seen in other people. But what is the reality? Happening down in marriage. What is happening in marriage concerning, like today's topic is on
sex.
SEX.
Yes.
So that's the topic we'll be handling today on Let's Get Real. So we'll be getting real on matters sex today.
Yes, and our son cannot say sex. He says SE.
The S word. He's 13.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
is that typical African boy who knows that topic is a no-go zone.
Yes, that's why today, I also want to tell you, this program is PG. Parental guide is important.
Especially for today.
Yes, for today. But because we want to get real with this thing. Right, straight to the point. When people get married, there's an expectation. When people come together, there's what they think, an expectation they have.
Fantasy.
You know? There's a fantasy that they have.
Yeah, thought patterns.
Yeah, when I'm getting married. Woo. Some even have watched a lot of Nollywood
Movies,
movie,
yeah.
Nigerian movie,
Yeah.
and Kenyan movie.
Hakuna Kenyan. Okay, ziko. Sorry.
Kenyan movie, the way they call it. Yes. So we want to there's some expectation that couples have, or not even a couple, when somebody is getting married. And then they get in there and they find what I thought, what I expected.
Yeah.
Kwa ground,
Vitu ni different.
different. So one of the expectation is
And you see, before even you go, sorry, I'm interjecting you a little. One of the things about this thing called marriage is reality.
we are real.
Yeah. Many counselors will sit you down and tell you, this is how you're supposed to handle your wife. Your wife is supposed to be loved. Okay? But reality is 30 years down the line with the same person. Is it that easy? Is it that automatic? Is it a button that you press for submission? No. There are those days that you'll just not want to see that man.
That they don't even to hear
You
what she's
don't
saying.
want even to see that lady. There's that day just her words are just
Annoying.
that she's just said hi, but it is annoying. Why are you talking? That's the reality of marriage.
Yes.
And most people, most pastors, most counselors, most
You're a
people
pastor also.
Yeah, and most people don't want to visit that
truth,
side,
yeah.
the reality
The reality.
side of the facts that are there. True submission, true respect, true love, true sex, true raising children, true money.
True.
But
There are times all the time is honey, babe. The time too.
yeah, there are those times.
You call him. You call another name.
Thank you. You did not spill the beans. But at the end of the day, this thing called marriage wants to bring it your way in the realest way possible.
Yes, and that's why this episode is going to be very lit. You need to follow it. It will be real on some of the things.
Yeah.
You know, even as we have told you some things, but now we'll be getting down to reality. When Samanga up on earth in Kuhad, we'll be telling you how things are on ground.
Yeah.
So today we are getting real on the subject of sex.
Yeah.
SCX. And on this contest, sex is for two
Married. You have to be married.
Wait.
Adults.
Put it well. Sex is for two mature people, ready, married, and it has to be a male and a female.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Nowadays, there's Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So this is for Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
I hope I'm clear there.
Yes, you're very clear.
Yes. So somebody can say, but me and my friend, boyfriend, you're a man, you have a boyfriend. Anyway, so we want to get real on this thing. One thing about marriage is sex is real.
Yes.
Sex is a bonus. For me, sex is to be enjoyed more in the marriage setup.
Yeah, that is how God made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But of fact, if anyone is to have good sex in the marriage. But now, there are people when they come in, they have expectation. So the first expectation that most people have is that when I get married, it will quench my sexual lust. One of the expectation.
Yeah.
And especially men. I think even women.
Yes.
I want to
even
get
women.
married to overcome fornication.
Yeah.
Adultery.
Yeah.
I'm getting married. When I get married, I overcome my lust or masturbation.
Yeah.
Is it true?
No.
Does it quench?
No. There are many people who are married and are still masturbating. Many people who are married and are still very lustful. There are many people who are married and still contacting their exes. So it is not a ticket. Marriage is not a ticket that it will quench your lust. Lust is a spirit.
The spirit, yeah.
Masturbation is a spirit. If you don't deal with it, whether you're single or married, it will follow you wherever you go. Even when you're married.
Yeah.
Even if you change one wife to the other, she's not satisfying me, that's why I'm masturbating and all that, you will still do it if you don't deal with it in prayer.
Yeah, so there's no way you can say that I'm getting married so that I can be able to stay away from women,
No.
stay away from, temptations.
Yeah, fornication.
Yeah, I don't want to be tempted, so I want to get married. That is not true. You don't get married to overcome your lust. If you're lustful, you are lustful. So, matter of fact, the advice is, if possible, deal with your lust before you get married.
Yes.
Right?
Matter of fact, yes.
Yeah, deal with your lust, deal with with your temptation.
Yeah.
Because the truth is this, matter of fact, the more you are, the moment you are married, there are those that like them married.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so it's not a ticket to show that when you get married, it's to kill your lust. That's a lie.
No.
That's a very, very wrong expectation. So people that are already married, and there are people who got married for that reason, and they discovered the thing has not died yet.
I really think I agree with you at the point of deal with lust, okay? Deal with masturbation issues, the issues that are sexually incorrect in you
life,
as a person. Deal with them before marriage, because what it will do, it is just a problem that you're now transiting to another person. It's like now a problem now you are handling alone, but when you go into marriage, your lust will now involve your wife. And again, in some few years, it will also incorporate the children. Okay? Because now, see, you know, the issue of mpango wa kandos and all that will now come into this marriage. So, the issue of lust, the issue of any sexual issue, negative sexual issue against you as a man, as a woman, I agree 100%. Deal with it before you marry. Otherwise, don't marry thinking that masturbation will end, or marry thinking that lust will die, or you'll now stop fornicating. Okay, fornication might end, but now you mature it to adultery.
Oh, and then that doesn't mean that also you'll be able to things like you having what do you call it? You having eyes for other women.
Yeah, it won't end. No.
If you have it, you have it.
Yes.
You know. So the best thing is you need to deal with it. So it's not true that when you get married, it quenches your sexual lust. Number 2, expectation that many people have, which is not right, is that when I get married, it will be sex at all times.
Yeah.
Come on, breakfast. 3 square meal.
Yeah.
Morning, afternoon. It's a lie.
I've had so many couples say so. I thought this thing, I'll never get tired of it. Yeah.
It's a lie.
Very, very major lie.
But let me ask, is it possible?
That what?
That people can have sex every day 3 times.
It is possible, if it dependent on how you want it.
How lazy are you? How idle are you?
It can work for some.
Every day.
Until the propagator of it.
I do.
Yes,
but
until the one who usually says
be real.
that realness will get down to realness there, but until the propagator of couples should have sex as often as every day.
At least.
Mara ngapi umesema hiyo kwa this thing called marriage? Yes.
But we're going to be real today.
Yeah.
But a very small percentage can do it that way.
Yeah.
But you see, when you're getting married or when you got married, that was a wrong expectation.
Yes.
That we are getting married to be sex as boy. Kwa jikoni. Juu nini? Juu roof.
Yeah.
But this is the truth. This is the truth.
Yeah.
Maybe the first 3 months. Ndio akajoto ukua. Sindio?
Yeah.
The first 3 to 6 months. That can hit, anytime you see your wife, anytime you see piao, anytime you see, that's that time. But time comes where by now, we'll come to what happens.
Yeah.
It's not true.
No. That expectation is for me, I'd say vague. It is not true. It is an expectation, yes, but it does not happen. Especially if you're counting years down the line in marriage. No, that's a vague expectation. So those of you that are planning to marry, get ready for the shock route. Okay? Yeah, many marry with that expectation that this thing, I'm going to eat it with my teeth. You know, it's going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No.
Yes. And then dessert.
No, it does not happen like so, but it is an expectation. Expectation number.
Many people, and that is why you'll find there are men or women who now say, me, I'm cheating because when I married my wife, I knew I would not have an issue with this. And now it's becoming an issue, you know? And it's there. So, true. That's a wrong expectation. Most people have had. You know, that once I get married, it will be any time I want.
Yeah. And when it doesn't happen like that, it doesn't mean that your partner has a challenge.
Yes.
It's normal. It's normal. The one that now becomes an abnormality is when you can go for weeks and months and years without sex.
Wow.
But not having sex every day is absolutely normal.
very normal.
Yeah.
Number 3 expectation
Yeah.
that many people have had when it comes to the issue of sex. Today is let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it
So
real.
we are handling expectations, then we go to the reality.
To reality.
Yeah.
So number 3 is Hollywood romance and sex. The way you've been watching it on TV. Or you come, you find her in a lingerie, and then there's a wine, and then there is candles. Aba dogo. Hiyo kabesita. Like candles wapi.
Hakuna.
You know romance, maybe you're marrying someone ama mtoshagwa juu romance ni nini.
Wewe, mzigo.
So there are men
Yeah.
who got married with that kind of mentality. That when we meet, we'll be romancing fast for 3 hours. They're not lie.
No.
Or some have, sorry to say, some have even I've been watching porn, and then they've seen how men can last in bed 3 hours, 4 hours. That is a lie. Are you beastly? It's not possible. So you find those are some of the expectations that are very, very, wrongly placed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the disadvantages that the generation of gadgets, came with is too much expectation from, as you have said, Hollywood and from so many movies and all that. Our grandparents never had those things. They never used to watch movies. So it was, come, we live together, let's do life together. Let's bring forth children, let's grow old together. But right now, you'll find a young man who wants what is the name of Alejandro? The ladies are called what? Those two beautifully, glass-shaped kind of ladies, That is the kind of expectation they have. Then how they see it in movies is how they want it in
At
marriage.
home,
You're lost.
It can't happen.
It cannot happen unless you want to act a movie. And movies are acted at most in months.
And then
it's
done.
yeah, movies are acted in months. Even in Hollywood, if a movie is being acted, it is at length
maximum
1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that acting eventually it ends. Whatever they are trying to show you on TV, they are trying to show you on movies, they're trying to show you on those things that you're watching are just for money. They are being paid, to entertain you and to make you live in a fantasy world. There is a reality of sex, and we'll get there. But one of the expectations is that, I'll be living in Hollywood. I'll be living in, when I get married, she'll be sleeping like this. Our romance will be like this. As you said, we'll be having a sex in 3 hours, in 50 hours, the whole day, all that is not true.
It's a wrong expectation.
Yeah.
And there are people who they are married, they expected that.
Yeah.
It's not working.
It's not working, and they're frustrated.
A lot.
Yeah, and they're frustrated, and they're like, I think this is not the deal I got into. No, you entered marriage with a wrong expectation, so now the reality is hitting home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Reality about expectation that people have,
Yeah.
And the truth is this: these expectations, people are hurt.
Yeah.
Marriages have been wounded.
Yeah.
Because you expect this and it's not what you got. So number 4 is it will be automatic. Things will just be automatic. My wife will just know today I want to eat chicken, curry, and rice.
You're on sex.
No. We are on expectation. That sex will be automatic.
Yeah.
I'll be coming home and I'll find this house she's prepared for me. Or my husband will be coming with flowers, smelling what? Tom Ford, perfume.
Yeah.
My friend, it is not romantic. Sex has to be brewed. That's another place we have to come also. It is not all the time you will be,
in the mood.
Not even that. We are starting from the morning. I send text afternoon. It's a lie. It's not automatic.
Yeah.
Sex is not automatic. You're not. Matter of fact, even birds like chicken,
Cox.
cooked. So it's not automatic.
Yeah.
Most people think it's automatic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lie. It is not automatic. if it is automatic is, as we have said, the first few months of the marriage is when now it can be probably like a snap, or you just look at each other and you know the body languages and all that. But expectations are not actually factual. They are not true. It's just you know, some of those things that you expect that it will be sex will be automatic, but it's not. And
you can force it and it ends up hurting your marriage. Most people have tried to leave their expectation in marriage. You know?
And see, when your expectations are not met and you have not yet woken up to the reality that your expectations are out of this world, now is what leads to boredom.
Yes.
It is exactly, if, for example, out of sex a little, if your expectation was that your wife will remain small, the way you found her, okay? You know, the way she was curvy and beautiful and all that, the way her face was shining and glowing and all that. If you expect she'll never get old, you're lying to yourself. After children comes other responsibilities and other changes, body changes, and so do you. So there are some people who've not woken up to the reality that these are my expectations. This is the reality. So they are still getting bored in this marriage, or they are coming out of love. You know, they are falling out of love because their expectations are not being met. We are here to open your eyes. That some of these things are absolutely expectations,
and you don't need to hurt your partner or hurt your marriage because what you came with as an expectation have been thwarted, have not been met. You know, there are people who this is what I envisioned, this is what I want. So you're pushing Mama Shiro, you know. So you find that marriage becomes fake, as you said, and then it begins to die. So
it dies from inside.
And you see, sometimes even before it dies, probably the first 3 months, you faked it. Those expectations at some point they were met. That's why you hear something like, but Tukianza used to do, used to do. So now she no longer does this. Probably that time it is pressure you are giving her. So now, this now hit the reality.
This is the thing.
This is the thing. Yes, so there are things that today people are going through in their expectations or in their marriages that were expectations that were not met. And now there's the reality. You have now 2 children, and marriage is just speaking as if mboga imelala, kabeja jana. So you wonder, how do we revive it? How do we bring it back, make it alive? So we're going to show you the reality of it. There's a reality, and that reality is important. You see it and then actualize it. Right? So we want you to know we are going for a short break. We'll be right back just to show you that they are going to handle the responsibility, the realities of it. All right? We'll be right back.
This thing called marriage. Welcome back, our dear lovely viewers, on this thing called marriage. A show that we love to mentor couples and tell them that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only you work it. Indeed, that is why we are here on your screens tonight on Tuesday on this thing called marriage. And today we have been handling that topic that we want to really get real. That counselors tell you what they tell you. That pastors tell you what they tell you. That everyone before you get married, marriage tells you, marriage is like this, you should do like this. What is the reality behind the cameras? Okay, as he said when we began, that kwa ground vitu
different,
ni tofauti. So you might be told do this, but at the end of the day there is exactly what happens in that marriage. So we'll be handling Let's Get Real, and on starting Let's Get Real today, we've started with the sex. Okay,
yes,
we've handled on our first segment, we've handled the expectations while you're getting married, and now we are going down into the reality of sex. What actually happens in marriage? What happens sex wise in marriage? Okay, that's exactly where we are going. So reality of sex in marriage, number 1 is sex can be awkward.
Very awkward.
Awkward. Like seriously,
Atujui.
you know zero. Both of you.
And sometimes there are people
Yeah.
who think they know.
Kabisa wajua soko.
Anajiona vile ako juu.
Ajipomp.
Wacha tufike kwa ground.
Yeah, you know that's the reality. It can get awkward.
Very awkward.
Someone does not, okay, a couple does, okay, husband does not know how to kiss. Wife does not know how to kiss.
Anakulamba kama chura.
Anatolimi kama ya nyoka. Like you know, he wants to finish you. Applying saliva all over. Makeup ya mate. Okay? Again also romance, what to do,
okay? Where to touch.
Yeah, where to touch, how to do it. Someone thinks they are on top of this one, who is like me, you know, they're tapping their chest and saying, I'm the man. Yeah, and this one, I'm the lady, you know. And that time you know nothing. So the reality of sex in marriage is that it can get awkward.
Very awkward.
Okay? It can absolutely get awkward when both of you or one of you thinks they know and actually they know nothing. So question, how do you correct a spouse who is not doing it well?
Matter of fact, even before
should it be a meeting?
It should be a meeting. Lazima mkutano. Oya skapa.
Yeah.
Nini? Nini yako de kambili kama njogo umetoka.
Yeah.
See, there must be a meeting.
Yeah.
Because you see, there are people that think they are lion in the jungle. Yeah, they are small to very small rats.
To dwarfs.
You know. So as we're saying, it can be very awkward, and you might think that when the Olem say.
Yeah.
My friend, and worst be it, if you guys got married and you are not virgins.
Yeah.
So we are not where I was before I came.
Yeah.
The man was a giant. So it can be awkward. Yeah. So how do you correct that? Talk about it.
Yes.
Boss, learn together.
Yeah.
But the truth is this, you might think you know and you know nothing.
Yes.
It can be awkward. What you watch on the movie is not what is happening on the ground. So the thing is, you uko zero. You don't know anything. It can be very, very awkward.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it can be hard. Very hard.
Yeah. Two people who sleep together naked should not be ashamed of each other. Okay? Kaya, you are not kissing well. You're biting. You're biting now. That's not kissing.
You're making too much noise.
Yes, you're rough. You're not gentleman. Okay? Talk. Say it as it should be said. You're telling your husband now. You're not telling a stranger.
Na ukiambiwa utulie.
Na ukiambiwa take correction, wacha kufikiria hapa wewe ni cock. Wewe ni jogo, you know it all.
Wacha kufikiria wanaume, kuna mama.
Hata wa mama, we are talking about roundabout. Awkwardness iko kila mahali.
Wacha kupiga nyembo kama kachura.
Kwani unazua watoto kila usiku.
Mwingine hata juu kuenjoy tu.
Yeah.
Just to enjoy, so you don't know.
That's exactly where I was going with women. Now, with women you find that is
amelala tu.
Finish.
Nika kama iti.
You know, like you know the woman is just there. Finish what you're doing, then go. And that's a problem with many women because now, for men, sex is a basic need. So they want it. They want to enjoy it. Okay? And that is why you find many men are the ones who are caught with sex issues.
Yes.
Okay, cheating and all that. If they're not getting it at home, well, so they start looking. But now women can go without it. Even if they get it once a week, which is abnormal, once a week, they are comfortable with it. So you find this man is demanding and you want to be a good wife. So you are like, finish now. Yeah, I'm here
help
now.
Yourself.
Yeah. And I had that statement with a certain couple once. We were doing counseling together with you on a couple. And the man said that she just tells me if you want come. And that time if you want come is absolutely come. You know, she's just there, I'm here. You finish what you're doing, then go. So those are some of the awkward moments we are talking about. But for me, my advice is, one, talk about it.
Discuss it.
If there is what you want.
If that marriage has to become sweet.
Yeah. And exactly is, if there is what you want, don't be afraid. This is your wife, this is your husband.
What do you want?
like if the guy is not kissing well, if the woman is not, is just unresponsive. If the woman is unresponsive,
you try to kiss him, just biting your lips.
Yes. By the time you're going to work, these places are itchy. If you take salt, they are entering those places painful. Now that is not romance. That is slowly killing. Slow death. It is absolutely unacceptable. Personally, I will talk, and the reason is because I'm not afraid of my husband, isn't it? That's the relationship a couple should have, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, those are the things that make those that cheat go out and cheat. Yeah. Okay? And there are people, as Daddy has said, that they think they know, yet they know nothing. When I'm correct,
uko down,
area uko down, and I think let's try this way. This is how I would like it. This is how I think you should mlan pamoja. I don't know why he makes faces when he's talking about smells. It's so absolutely not right. Yeah, it's like he's feeling it right now.
Because what I'm trying to look at is like this.
Yeah.
You are going to make love to your wife.
Yeah.
My friend, this woman is just having some funny stench.
Yeah.
This tent, you're just there, lakini you're dying. The smell is slapping you everywhere.
Yeah.
Talk. Hey, my friend, you will not kill me.
Yes.
There's a problem. There's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be very, very awkward.
It can be awkward, and those awkward moments, they are okay. But what should not be is that the terrorization of it.
Don't take a road deal.
Don't, because this woman is supposed to give you pleasure that area for the rest of your life. Yes. How long will you take a road deal? Those are some of the things that now will promote people to start looking outside. But now if you talk and make it work with the person God has given you as your husband or as your wife, then you will have solved a problem that would have been a major problem tomorrow.
Wow.
Okay.
True.
So number one reality is that sex can be awkward.
Very awkward.
If you don't know how to kiss, awkward. You don't know how to romance, you don't know how to do it. Some are rough, some are reckless, careless, and all that. Then
some are dead.
Yeah, some are just there. Most women are there. They just finish and go. It can be awkward.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
I would like ladies people to answer me this. Is it possible for a man to come into you and then you don't feel anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Some of those ninis are not normal.
All right.
Yeah, they are not normal. They could be medical or too much excess stress, pressure, depression, and all that.
No, at that moment of act, you don't feel aroused.
I am telling you, it happens with many women. Yes.
Okay.
It happens, and it happens very well. Especially if there is no emotional connection and she's affected one way or the other. It can happen even a whole week. You do it every day, and they're just looking. They're like, just finish what you're doing, go. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, reality of sex. Remember, we are on Let's Get Real on Matter Sex. Okay, and we started with the expectations. Now we are on the reality. Reality number one was awkwardness, and number two is sex can absolutely be what you don't think. Okay, it can be you expected it this way. You wanted it this way, and it turned out the other way.
Yeah, you need to be every time, all the time. You want it once a week.
Yeah.
You're expecting it to be, to be like this, and it just turns. That's the truth. The way you expect it, the way you envision it, the way you saw it. When the picture you had in your mind, you come and this thing is not. A matter of fact. For me, at some point, it's normal. That's where now you come to a place where you're building the marriage again, because you can easily you know, this thing, as you're growing together, you're seeing it together, you're doing it more often. Ni kama kale kamori,
Yes.
kana shukanga, kale ka pressure, it goes down.
Yeah.
And then other things crop up. You need to grow, you need to think about land. So it won't be every day.
As you think.
No, not as you think.
Yeah.
You thought it would be every day, 3 times a day, you might be surprised. Can go 4 days, 3 days, nothing has happened.
Couples, newlyweds, be advised. It is normal.
It's normal, yeah.
The way you thought sex will be, reality on ground is it might not be.
So yeah.
Okay? It might not be every day. It might not be as flary,
As you
as
expected.
hot as you expected it. Why? Because you're not in marriage. This is
no longer-
real. Okay? This is the truth. The acting part and the things you saw and the movies you have seen and the fantasies in your mind, now you are in it.
Yeah, it can be very, and you see this thing whereby it can be so different to an extent. You even you skip romance.
Yeah.
You go direct to the river. And you always let's start from the morning.
Yeah.
Those things that at some point, the truth is they are not even there.
Yeah.
You see, people say, oh, if you want to make love in the evening, prepare during the day. Okay. At some point, yes. Once in a while, you will find that maybe the whole day you've been so busy.
Yeah.
Very busy. You're doing things. You're running up and down. You have customers all over. What time will you try and send that text? And when you get home, your tank is full.
Yeah.
You want to change the oil. So what happens? Bam, 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 you're inside. There are times there are times whereby the man will just come and he cannot wait for you to,
Yeah.
you know, you guys reach your peak together. So the reality is it might not be the way you expect it.
Yes, absolutely. So cut your own clothes
Yeah.
to your own size. How? Okay, the reality is it is not fantasy.
No.
Okay, it is real. It is not in the movies. We are here doing it.
Yes.
So how do we shape our own clothes?
Yes.
Okay, how
Correct.
do we make our own sex beautiful and enjoyable every day or every other time we get intimate as a couple? So that's the reality number 2, that it may not be what you actually think. Okay. All right, number 3 reality is sex in marriage can be boring.
Very boring.
Can be very boring. Absolutely boring, because one, this thing you're doing it every day with the same person. So if you're doing it with the same person, it can okay.
You know the drill.
Yeah, you know the drill.
You know how it goes.
There's nothing new. And the reality is, before you got married to her or you got married to him, there was that admiration,
expectation.
you know, there was that this is the thing, this is the guy, you know, there was that, you know, attraction, very hot attraction of I want him now, I want her now. But this thing, you've had it now, you've had her, you've had him for now 10 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
6 months.
Same person, and God knew that you are not supposed to change. You are not supposed to, okay, now this one is 1 year, let me now get for the second year. No, is one person till what? Till Jesus returns.
Yes.
And the bottom part of it is, I usually say, is only the couple who will entertain it, or you will brew it in your mind. But
yes.
the reality is that it can be boring.
Very boring. It can be so boring. That's why you have to always keep on watching Zoa TV.
Yeah.
Keep on going to our YouTube, so that you can know how do you flare it.
Yeah, how do you
How do
flare
you spice
marriage?
it?
How do you flare friendship? Because sex does not start in the bed.
We are friends.
Yes.
No. And
Yeah.
see also why it's also important is because this is a thing. There are those one-time moments whereby you make it special.
Yes.
It is the same sex, but now this time we make it more special.
Yeah.
In terms of, let me go home with chocolate today. Let me take out for dinner, just
Yeah.
to make sure this thing looks a bit different.
Yes.
But the truth is this: you don't be going for dinners every day. No, that man won't be coming with peas every day.
Yeah.
No flower. Matter of fact, maybe the next flower you will see flowers is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So, kwa ground really different.
Yes.
So don't and you
Can
see.
be boring.
There are people, that, especially ladies, when they were dating, there were this a lot of texts, a lot of SMS,
Chats.
a lot of chats. You know, you're talking until midnight.
Yeah.
The man wakes up and calls you.
Yeah.
The first week of marriage, honey, babe, nimefika. Oh, it's lunchtime, babe, I'm eating. A time will come, you don't even know whether he ate or not.
You may even forget the phone number.
Matter of fact, you will call like on the wait, I'm calling you back in a few. He will call you when he arrives home. Say, yeah.
He will remember when he arrives home.
He will call you and say, babe, when he has already entered the house. So it's very, this thing, that's why you have to look for a way to spice it.
Yeah.
Because it can be very boring.
Yeah.
You will see this man, there's nothing new. And then, there are even the people who have a drill. They have a sequence.
Yeah.
From work, I come straight, put my bags down, remove my shoe, take a remote, TV.
Yeah.
When I'm done,
News.
laptop.
Yeah.
News, laptop or phone.
Yeah.
From there, go to bed. It can be boring.
Yeah.
Some people, even the style of sex is one thing, mountaintop experience.
Mountaintop climbing.
Mountaintop experience. It becomes boring.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
And that's what happens. So, that's a naked truth, that sex can be boring in marriage.
Yeah. Be creative.
Versatile.
Very creative. And your creativity, exploit with your spouse.
Don't watch pornography.
Okay, no. That is out of the question, and all that is ungodly.
Yes.
Okay? But the creativity is, how can we do this thing better
today?
Okay. Yeah, I think this thing is becoming boring. This style is becoming monotonous. Okay. I think the way you're kissing now is boredom. Can we try another thing?
Yes.
Okay, I think we've had sex too much in our bedroom. Can we travel? Okay.
Or go to the bathroom.
Can we go, just make it spicy, make it special, make it new. In your cocoon, you'll find that you're married for 20 years and your sex life is still very
fresh,
very hot. So the bottom part is because we mwenyewe umeboeka. You yourself are already bored. And so now this thing is now, especially the boredomness is now usually thrown on the wives. It's like we're the ones who are expected to do much of it. No, this thing is a two-way traffic. Even her, she's expected. I usually say this, and this one goes to men. If you absolutely satisfy your wife well in bed, she will crave for you. Yes, she will want it.
I didn't say those are not who don't.
That one is an awkward man, and most men can be awkward and they think they know. Just because you're doing these things outside and unapigiwa makofi. The reality is in the house. What you're being told in the house is what now should open your eyes. And the learning process never ends. It never ends. So what for instance, I usually tell, and this one I'll say again to men, if you see your wife is absolutely going down, okay, she doesn't desire you, she doesn't desire sex, she doesn't want those intimate moments, you have a problem. You need to wake up and find out what the challenge could be.
Also,
either she has a medical challenge or the birth control method she's using is faulty, it's affecting her hormones or something, or you are not doing it well. Yes. Because any woman who is being satisfied well will want it.
Another thing is this. The truth is, it can be boring and it can be very short.
Yeah.
Sex can be very short. It can be 3 seconds.
The one in need comes and helps himself and goes. But that's wrong. Okay?
Very wrong.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Yes. Reality number 3. Okay? Reality number 3 is there are times your partner will not be in the mood.
Especially your wife. Women have a way of hormonal imbalance and sexual imbalance.
It's how we are made.
A woman can today feel and not feel. Men are always a willing buyer. Man anytime would buy.
Kuna.
Man anytime.
Nowadays kwanza.
Wakienda soko wananunuanga anytime.
Nowadays hakuna soko ya nini? Soko ya sex. Hakuna soko ya sex.
See, tell a man, if a woman now makes a suggestion, man will go in. Women know. That's why it is easier for a man to sleep with a woman outside than a woman to sleep with a man outside. Because it's not their nature to do what? To sleep around. So women can easily be boring, can easily be turned off. So this thing is this. The truth is, it can do what? It can be, a time will come whereby there are times that your partner, especially women, and I'm insisting on that, because that's how they're created.
Yeah.
When a woman is troubled by something, she will go off. She's not emotionally stable, she will go off. So a woman has to be in a certain state, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, to be able to be in that, you know what? In that state, you know, of desiring sex. True. So sometimes it can go off.
Yeah. For me, I don't like putting everything in one box. I tend to disagree with that. In what manner? It's not a woman's thing.
It's not.
Nowadays, there are men, and it's increasing, rampantly increasing, that there are some men who are dead down there. And it's a complaint that is now coming up with women many times in counseling queues, in prayer lines, pray for my husband, this is not happening, hospitals. Many men are being found to have challenges there with their genitals. And if your genitals... Medically, yes. Okay? Medically. So, absolutely it affects the man's mood. It affects the mood of sex all round. That's not a woman's thing.
Yes, but you see that's medical.
Yeah.
But somebody has no medical condition.
And it is not all men, I tend to disagree again, it is not all men who are always in the mood for sex. Like the way he's put it, like it's 100% all men are always in the mood for sex. No. Not all men. There are men who even, for instance, they're married, but they work in one city, one state, and their wives are in another state. Those are men, if they tune themselves to always be in the mood for sex, they will cheat. So
no,
it's not
that's a condition.
Yes, it is true. So when you put everything in one box, I tend to disagree.
What I'm saying, I'm talking on the context of this man is home and is okay.
This man is home
if this man is not sexually active and the wife is giving, there's a problem.
For me, this thing, I want to look at it as it affects both, especially women.
But let's look at it
Let it not be now it's completely an issue of the women. No.
Let's look at this way. What will make a man? Do you know something about men is a man can sleep with somebody now on gay. It's not easy for a woman. It's not easy for a woman to sleep with the husband, have sex with the husband, and she's wounded. She's not okay. A man can. That's why men can sleep with anything on the street, because to very few men. Let me say this: very few men have an emotional attachment when it comes to sex. Very few. Women have to be emotionally attached for them to sleep with their husband. Something has to be created. But men can do anything anywhere. So what happens, you'll find, especially on a marital setup, when you find that this man is not on the mood, there's a problem, major one. Yeah,
especially most of them, like what can make them out of mood is pressures, financial pressures, okay? Is pressures at the office, okay? That man will get to a point whereby what I'm going through in the office, sex is not a priority now. Please let me sleep. You see, that happens. So that is why we cannot put everything on the box and make it a women's issue. Yes, women are mostly the ones with the challenge. Give it even on a range of 60, men 40. Give it that because of the emotional makeup of a woman. All right? But also there are some men. It's not all men who are always in the mood. No. There are matters and issues that affect even men that take them off the mood to have sex. As we continue.
Wait. Women who are watching, is it true that you have a husband that is most of the time is not in the mood and is not cheating? He comes up, he's not cheating.
Yeah.
He doesn't have another woman, but your husband is low.
Yeah.
And is not medically sick.
Comment down there on our YouTube pages, please.
Yes. Write it down there. Let's hear. Or send us a text on 0727 438 728.
0705 899 608.
Please.
Kindly let's hear.
We want to know.
Yes.
Do you have somebody who when he's on the mood, he's a tiger. But now it can be off network for 3, 4, whatever how long it can be.
Yeah.
Talk to us. We want to know.
Yes. And we are still on the realities. We are, let's be real. Okay, let's get real on marital issues, and today we are handling sex, and we are getting real on sex. And we started with the expectations. We are now on realities, and we are on reality number 4. Okay, and the reality is disagreements and fights, pressures of life can affect sex.
We used to know of a couple who they will fight. Sometimes it could be physical.
Yeah.
You know? And the moment they are finished fighting, the husband has finished beating the wife.
Yeah. That was very weird.
Anamwambia tuombe. Alafu. Let's have sex. The wife is still feeling pain, not only emotional pain, physical pain.
Yeah.
And the man will say, let's pray. Force it. And then they have sex. No.
Yeah.
No. It is very true. It can be what?
Disagreements, fights, and pressures of life can affect sex.
At that point, is
Yeah.
that woman really there?
No. That is rape. Yeah.
How do you rape your wife?
Do you know, this is the reality that I think most men need to open their eyes in. What is rape? Rape is forced sex. Okay? Either by a stranger or a husband. You've not agreed to it, like that incident. Unaona? Rape does not have to be only, it does not have to happen on the context. Do you know such kind of a woman can sue the husband na askike na fida?
Goja.
Yes.
Alafu kesho jioni akitaka so rape.
No, tomorrow is not, when it is an agreeable instance, it is not rape. But when it is forced.
What I mean is, that time the man is forcing they make love. Right?
Yeah.
And then the man will, after that will say sorry, and then they will come back to the same mood. And then kesho asubuhi, the mama is the one who now wants.
Yeah.
There's no rape there.
That's what I'm saying. The difference is
a peace.
No, the difference is this one time was forced. This other time there is consent.
But you see, he did not tear the clothes.
This other time there is. See, it's not a must to tear the clothes. It has to be an agreement.
Said, you come and do it. That's not rape.
Like now, for instance, so that you see my point. For instance, there are prostitutes all over Nairobi city, isn't it? Those prostitutes cannot say they were raped by a stranger they slept with. They sold themselves to the stranger. They were given money. So that one is consented sex. Rape is not consented sex. And more so, forced sex.
I agree.
Okay? So this man has just physically abused you. Yes, meomba, amekulazimisha sex. You're not there. It's forced. What do you call it? It's rape.
Amekwambia.
It's rape.
Amekwambia, let's have sex.
Ni kwa sababu you're still, your mind wants to see it on his husband and wife. But anyhow, forced sex, whether husband and wife, whether prostitute out there, whether a stranger, is rape.
Those who are watching, how do you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the best thing about law, the way they favor women, such kind of a woman can go out there and report the husband, and the husband is found
and
guilty.
Then tomorrow evening she'll want.
Not tomorrow evening, see hiyo itakuwa imeisha. If you go and report your husband to the authorities, what are you doing? You're saying that marriage is over.
All right, let's continue.
So disagreements, fights, and pressures of life can do what? Can affect sex.
True. There are times somebody can be under pressure.
Yeah.
Financial pressure. Pressures of the same marriage. Work pressure. So it can make them be off mood. You know? But there's also a way you can break it up. The way you can trigger it.
Yeah.
There's a way.
Yeah.
But it's true. It can.
Yeah. And for me, when I talk about disagreements and the pressures of life, those are things that can be handled,
can be dealt with,
so that they don't break the bond of sex. Because sex is what brings man and wife together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sex is what makes the marriage, makes the two of you become one. That's the time when you become one. So when you allow disagreements, when you allow fights, when you allow the pressures of life come in between the two of you, of which this is the reality, it's life.
It happens.
They will happen.
Yeah.
These things will happen. Then what you're saying is you're bringing a boundary between you and your husband. So when these things happen, tackle the matter quickly, if possible, and let life go on.
And then now we can have sex.
Yeah. Number 6 point is Your partner is not a toy to be used anytime. Sex is an agreement.
Yes, you can't be coming from anywhere, bam, be on your wife. Anywhere, midnight, bam. No.
Yeah. Reality is your wife, your husband is not a toy.
It's not a toy.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, you can't use them.
Yes.
You should not use them. That is something especially men should know. You should not take your misuse you, as in, you know, your wife is just here to be used. No.
Yeah.
You should be able to avoid that.
Your spouse is not a toy. So whenever you are making love, make sure she's in the mood, she's in there with you, and you're not using her. What we mean by a toy is
anytime you want.
Yeah, anytime you want, or for use.
For use, yeah.
You see, like the way children pick up toys, use them and dump them. That's now how we are looking at it, that your spouse is not a toy.
Yes.
Okay? That you come relieve yourself and you don't care if she felt, you know, she had, you know, she enjoyed the sexual encounter. Or your husband the same, you come on him. Like there is a couple also we had a counseling with, and the husband was complaining that the wife can go for months, okay, without them having a sexual encounter. But when the wife wants a child, she will always be on the man's case. You remember the case?
Yeah.
When the wife wants a child, she will be every day in the mood, especially if she knows she's ovulating. You see, that's using the man for childbearing.
Wow.
That's so absolutely wrong and not acceptable. So make sure your spouse is in the mood and you're looking out to them enjoying sex with you every other day.
Every other day. And that will make the marriage work. We are so happy that you've been with us. Our time is up, but we want you to know that this thing called marriage, you can go into our YouTube channel and then make sure you follow it. We believe you are being blessed. And every Tuesday is always a terrific
Tuesday.
Yes, me and my friend, my partner, my friend, my wife, and my partner in Christ, and my partner in
Christ
sit on this couch every Tuesday 8 p.m. to discuss this thing called
marriage.
Because we believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
you work it.
And want to advise you keep watching Sawa TV.
Touching lives, the power of love.
We love you.
Shalom.
Bye for now.
God bless you.
This thing called marriage.